And welcome back. Yes, another bonkers decision from Brussels. So within 2029 they want to ban gas boilers and gas stoves. Seeing gas was a very efficient source of energy which powered for many years European economy in substitution of coal. Now let's say it's a pollutant in the name of net zero. So in the future you're going to heat your homes and wash yourself and take a shower and cook your meals on in the back garden with a bonfire, campfire. That's what we'll end up to. So, you know, it's absolutely ridiculous because people will be pushed to use water pump heating systems, which uses 7 times as much energy than gas. I should say the cost, because of the electricity. And the type of, how do you say, this heating system, you use a hell lot of energy to generate very little heat in your home when the winter nights are pretty cold or frosty in the morning. What is people don't want them? People that freeze to death. You know, it's absolute insanity. And plus these so-called new generation of heat pumps, they cost a lot of fucking money. We're talking about 10,000 euro. And plus, put on the plate all the energy efficient upgrades which one has to do to their private property, otherwise you won't be able to sell it or rent your house. It'll be declassified. It sounds like there are big interests to make our lives difficult because, like they say, you will own nothing, you'll be happy. That means if people can't afford these expensive renovations and bureaucratic authorizations, even for solar panels, which people spend many thousands of euros for what? For a promise that extra electricity which they generate will be put back into the grid. The companies don't give you nothing anymore, so what's the point? And I think they're just taking away those creature comforts of modern life. They want to make us go back like if it was 200 years ago, because in the end it'll be really costly, these so-called interventions, new form of heating and cooking, electricity. And the electricity will cost you more because there'll be extra demand. That means you need more power stations. And how are you going to fuel new power stations? With windmills, solar panels, or farts of unicorns, by chance. You know, it's a very sinister outlook and future which is in store for us if this madness continues to go on, because it's like renouncing to all that progress which has been in the last 200 to 300 years in living standards, or how our homes more safer, more efficient, because in the end, let's face it, they'll be after even our houses. They already are. With by so-called upgrades to be energy efficient. And God knows how much it will cost a household. 50, 100,000 euro per house. It's basically probably half of the value of the house. Probably such buildings, old buildings, you cannot modify to modern energy efficient standards because they were built in one way. They should be put in new constructions, new buildings, and even public buildings won't have any more so-called gas heating alimentated systems anymore. And that means cold government buildings during the winter. A bit like working in the office of Ebenezer Scrooge, basically. You know, we're returning back to the Victorian times. If you're lucky enough to have a fireplace, or even that they'll be after as well, because in certain parts of Italy you have to control your emissions of your chimney with a fireplace. Really, we are really coming absurdity. This is just to destroy us in some way, to make us more primitive, less evolved in society. And while the powers that be, who the lucky ones, which probably be able to afford these so-called things, for them will be no problem. It's for the majority of people who, economically speaking, cannot afford, because it's impossible, these things. And the type of results they give back to you as energy efficiency is absolutely ridiculous. Zilch, practically. It's all a question of destroying our society. Well, they're doing a great deal, good job destroying the motor industry in Europe. They want to destroy this as well. What basically are they after? Your car, your home, and even your freedom in the end. Because probably in the end, you're going to have to rent all the things which you need in your life from them. From a house, probably utensils, and even a transport which you have to use. It's a bit like long-term leasings with cars, basically. Don't be the future of us. Everything on leasing.